Yo, send that data to the nets. We here. You're welcome to Chasing That High, 11/29/23. Uh-oh, I made a boo-boo. It's 11/30/23. Good morning, 12:06 a.m. You see the headlines. It's impossible to lose money on the stock market. There's just a lot of myths out there. Like when I was going to celebrate Thanksgiving with my girlfriend's family, partner, wife, whatever we call each other these days. We driving down to Rhode Island. I said to my girl, I'm like, yo, listen, your wife, what the fuck is this Thanksgiving bullshit? Like, what the fuck does it all mean? She goes, you know, some bullshit about American Indians and pilgrims breaking bread. I said, Let me crack my water. I said, that ain't gonna cut it, boo. I need to know what it really is. So we Googled it. It has nothing to do with American Indians and pilgrims. Abraham Lincoln invented the holiday and it's here to stay. What we've been told in school is that the pilgrims and the Indians sat together and had a meal together. What really happened was these dumbass pilgrims came to America during the winter and the Indians saw them starving and was all like, yo, assholes, eat some fucking pumpkins. Yo, punch me in. I'm ready to go. I'm hot. Let's go. If you listen to this on the podcast, I was just a pause. Had to take a drink out of mine. LaCroix, Black, Zaz, Berry. Let's go. So let me tell you something right now before we go into that war zone. First of all, I want to thank everybody that helped me on the GoFundMe to purchase Warzone. Thank you very much. The community of Boston gave me an early Christmas present. Let's go. I'm so sorry for listening to this on the podcast, but I like to take drinks in between to keep my throat lubricated. Pause. Sometimes we fail, sometimes we get into it. But anyway, let's jump right into it right now. Okay, you cannot lose money in the stock market. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because you gotta treat the stock market like it's your bank account, right? Buying stocks should be your long play. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years. Because you're gonna get the Neuralink chip and you're gonna live forever. So now we're talking, now we buying stocks for the next 300-400 years, right? Because we're gonna live forever. Because you're gonna stop eating bullshit and you're gonna get the Neuralink chip in your head and you're gonna live forever. So we're no longer buying shares for the next 2-3 months. We buying shares for that longevity. Piece of munga. Now let's get into it. So me, personally, I'm not a financial advisor, but this is how I approach it. My stocks is nothing but a bank account. I don't do nothing sexy in my portfolio. My portfolio is not sexy at all. I'm not a sexy dude. I don't drive around in a Tesla. I don't drive around in a BMW. I ain't got no R1. I ain't got no Suzuki. I ain't got no Ducati. I ain't got no leather jackets. I ain't got no jewelry. I ain't got no shit in my mouth. Because I spend a lot of money on my toothpaste. So I want motherfuckers to see the 3 or 4 teeth that I do have. Jeez, niggas. But anyway, I am not a sexy dude at all. My positions is Apple, AM, UTF, Coca-Cola, AT&T. My education to prove to the world that I'm smart is I got Rivian in there to think, because I think Rivian is gonna go big, right? So you know, when I'm sitting on my yacht, right? Give me my yacht music. Give me my yacht music. So when I'm cruising on my yacht, right? And I'm like, yo, I'm an early investor in Rivian. Come on. We in the Caribbean, right? With my shorties. And they're like, Dad, you're a fucking genius. I'm like, yeah, I called it. Rivian exploded and Tesla failed. At $16 a share, I could do ridiculous shit with that. If those positions shit the bed, that's fine with me. But I have clear dividend paying stocks, because that's for the long run. Remember, now we can live forever. So now we talking, like I said, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years. Plus you can sign a beneficiary so you can leave that to your shorties. That's how I approach stocks. Now you can scalp them, right? If you got like 30, you know, like 10, anywhere between 10 to a quadrillion, capillion, you can scalp stocks, right? You can get in, you can buy Apple when it's low, watch it, and as soon as you get a couple of points up, you sell. And when you've got so many shares, right, the little 30, 40 cents start to add up, right? So you can scalp stocks that way, but I don't play that game. The only thing in my portfolio that is sexy, and I don't have that many positions on it, because like I said, I am not a sexy dude. That shit hits hard. I'm not a sexy dude at all. Cashy on my Facebook told me about the SP500 Bull 3X shares. And this is what we've been talking about for the last 3 days. And this is the only thing in my portfolio that is sexy, right? This right here could wipe me out. This shit could get me on that yacht quicker than the Rivian, because this is Bull's 3X. So when the S&P 500 does a little move, I do a 3X move, right? When the S&P 500 shits the bed, right, I go down 1X. But everything else in my portfolio is just dividend paying stocks. Coca-Cola. Why would you not have Coca-Cola in your portfolio? Why would you not have AT&T in your portfolio if you got AT&T? Right? One would think if you have a T-Mobile, you would buy T-Mobile stock, especially when they did that thing now with Starlink. I hope you guys didn't miss that like a month ago. If you have a Verizon phone, hopefully that you would buy Verizon So then those dividends can help you pay your phone bill. You invest a couple of $1,000s into these telecommunication stocks with the little bitch ass dividend that they're giving you, that will help you pay your phone bill. So now your phone is free, and as the stock is going up, you're getting equity. So you're getting, you know what it is? It's buying dividend stocks is like buying a multifamily house. The little rent money, the little cash flow that you get ain't gonna make you rich. But the tenants are paying the mortgage. So if you buy a house for $300,000 over the 30, 40, 50, 60 years, you could then sell it for $1 million plus the little cash flow that you got. So that's how I approach dividend stocks as a multi-unit, a building instead of a crib. Because I'm building equity plus the little cash flow that I'm getting can pay off the cell phone bill. So I'm just paying off the mortgage on my iPhone 5, right? No, I said iPhone 5 because I got an old ass iPhone. Dudes came up to me in the club Saturday because we back in the club because we did that Dirty Fridays event. And my man was all like, "Yo, what's up with your iPhone? Why is it so small? Do you sell drugs? Like, why is it? What type of iPhone is that?" I said, "Brother, that's not how I play this game. I'd rather own the company Apple and own AT&T and have them pay me on the back end than for me to give them money. That's how we move it. That's how I want you to move. That's the only way to move." So now you go on the internet and you see a lot of people talk about day trading. Hold on, let me turn the chat on here. Yo, Smokey, what's going on, Smokey? Yo, I'm about to jump on in a minute, man. Just handling this little talk right here with my peoples, and I'll be on the war zone pretty soon. Yo, Smokey's in the chizzy. So that's how I handle stocks, right? Now, if you want to make money and quit your day job, there's options, there's trading futures. Now that's a whole different skill set. My man is teaching me how to do this, how to trade futures. Options takes a little research, but I would only buy an option in something that I know. I know Apple. I know Apple in and out. It's the only American company that I know in and out. Nikon, I know in and out. Shit, hold on a second. There's a lot of companies I know in and out. Sony, I know in and out. Nvidia, I know in and out. AMD, I know in and out. Intel, I know in and out. Why? Look around. Sony camera, graphics cards, processors. So I know this was the year of Intel. Even though AMD released processors and graphics cards, it didn't quite hit. The AMD shit didn't hit. During COVID, it hit. That's what everybody was buying, AMD. AMD came out with a brand new graphics card and a processor, and Intel got it. So if I was gonna buy options, I would have called Intel and I would have put AMD. I would have called NVIDIA, because I see the work that NVIDIA is doing with these graphics cards. You need graphics cards for, this is pre-AI, right? This is pre-AI. If you should have bought NVIDIA, called it during COVID. I mean, the line was around the block to get graphics cards. This is pre-AI, right? And while I was searching on the internet one night, I bumped into Elon Musk. And he was talking about this new artificial intelligence program that he's working on called ChatGPT. I had no idea that graphics cards would help boom artificial intelligence. I had no idea that would happen. I was just under the impression that people were buying graphics cards to mine cryptocurrency. You feel me? So I would have bought NVIDIA just on the strength of that. Because during COVID, cryptocurrency was the rave. Cryptocurrency, Gary Vee talk about NFTs, non-fungible token. Turn me up. Non-fungible token. The crazy thing about that was, if you asked anybody what the fuck it meant, nobody knew what the fuck it meant, and no one could give you what it fucking meant. Could you imagine that? Everybody's telling you to spend money on buy something, but nobody knows what the fuck it is. Come on, people. Now, where is it now? So I would have bought NVIDIA, right? Because of mining Bitcoin. A lot of people don't know, and I have an inside track on this, that China made mining Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies illegal. So what they were doing was they were shipping PS5s into the country. They were shipping PS5s into the country, ripping out the graphics card to build mining rigs. So all that activity, which I know firsthand, I would have bought NVIDIA, because I'm very familiar with the company. Not knowing, I would have got lucky. If I had done some research, I probably would have found this out. But I would have gotten lucky straight into this AI boom. So that would have been a real good option play. I think if you want to trade options, me personally, I would just pick one or two companies and roll with it. Buy some contracts, calls or puts, because you know what's going on. I know that Apple its earnings were going to be soft. Because I have the iPhone 12. I have the iPhone 12 mini. They have the iPhone 16 still is not going to have me convert up. So I know iPhone sales next year is going to be soft. Because iPhone 16 is not going to be that much better than the 15. And you hear the rumblings right now that it's not. Nobody's excited about the iPhone 16. So I know that those earnings are going to be soft. But Apple may be able to what's that word I'm looking for? Apple will be able to fix that gap with the release of those funky goggles. So the goggles, because they come out with a cheaper pair, those goggles, people are gonna buy them goggles. Them goggles is going to help soften the land for Apple with weak iPhone sales. These are things I just know because I'm an Apple junkie. And you don't have to go to Yahoo Finance for that. You just have to be an Apple guy. So going into 2024, I would pick 2 or 3 companies that you really, really fuck with. Listen, man, if you're a Louis Vuitton person, and you know the drops, LVMH, buy some calls or buy some puts. You know that so right now you're looking at 2024, right? The fashion, because fashion's always a season ahead. So right now you're looking at the spring line. And if you're a connoisseur of Louis Vuitton or whatever, or luxury fashion, you can say, this line is not gonna hit. I'm gonna put on LVMH. But if you're a Louis guy, then you gotta be a Hennessy guy. You gotta be a Moet guy. So you have to be very knowledgeable of the high luxury brand space. That's everything. Shoes, belts, hats, hotels, what we drinking in the club. That's me personally. That's my advice on options. Pick one company that you fuck with and put it or call it. The next thing is trading these damn futures. Now, what's cool about trading the futures is you ain't got to do it in the morning. You can do it right now. Because remember, we got the Asian markets and we got Europe about to open. So by 9 o'clock when you wake out of bed with your stanky ass breath, England is rolling because England is 5 hours ahead. So England is rolling. So by 9 o'clock, England is shutting down shop. There's a lot of volume between 9 and 11 o'clock because England is trying to close out the day. So because England's trying to close out the day and Asia just close out their day from 9 to 11, right? And then at night again, because it closed out for an hour, then it opens up again. You can see how America set the pace for the Asian market, and you can see how the English market set the pace for the American market. Asia, Europe, America. Come on now. So if you want to quit your day job, I suggest you learn how to trade futures or do calls or get into the option game. Me personally, I bought a couple of options during COVID. I bought Sun, was this weed company, and I bought call options on Ford, which was fucking crazy. And Sun, I think was the ticker for the weed company, was crazy. And then obviously in and out with the GameStop madness. The GameStop madness, a lot of my boys who are into stock trading hated the whole GameStop madness. But if you're a gamer, which I am clearly, I knew that GameStop was chips. But you gotta understand, all those people that shop at GameStop is against society. We're just naturally against society. So if you say that we suck, we're gonna say fuck you. And that's what happened. And that is exactly what happened. We said, fuck you. A couple hedge funds went out of business, blah, blah, blah. Because it's a fuck you culture. So if you're going to short us, we're going to fuck you. And that's what happened with GameStop. The problem was a lot of people on the sidelines didn't want to get caught up in the fray. It's like I got into a fist fight one time in the nightclub. I fought 4 dudes, and 3 dudes was on top of me, just kicking my head in. But the one dude I had, I'm breaking his face. Like I just broke his face. I just kept on punching and breaking his face and breaking his face and breaking his face. That's us versus the hedge fund. My boy, who's an educated stock trader, as I'm breaking this dude's face and get kicked in the head at the same time, the fight just gets bigger, and now it's rolling through the club. So now you on the sidelines, you're gonna get touched by the fight. So you either got 2 options. You run out the building or you join the fight too. And I don't think that will ever happen again, because that was just unprecedented. That was like, fuck you, man. That was a big fuck you. And it was a huge fuck you. Hedge fund went out of business. Motherfuckers held that shit high. 800, what's his name? Hello Kitty, whatever the fuck that motherfucker's name was. So these are just the examples of when to get in and when not. I knew GameStop. I knew GameStop was shit. We knew that you couldn't get PS5s anywhere. Well, you could, but the bots bought them all. GameStop sucks. Somebody goes and buys. No, the only person I know that fucking buy video games is my man Thuggy Juggy. He actually goes in the store and buy a hard copy of the fucking game. Who the fuck does that? You download it. The fuck? I'm gonna buy the fucking disc, and then I can't even. I'm on PC anyway. You buy the fucking disc, and then when you want the next game, I ain't got time for that shit. I used to do it when I was like 12. But there's some people that buy hard copy games. Very small minority. So I knew that motherfuckers going into GameStop. And you go into GameStop now, they sell more fucking teddy bears than they do fucking video games. It's just fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous what's going on in that motherfucker. But I do know you fuck with us, if you step out of line, you're gonna get fucking whacked. And you got fucking whacked. So this is how I would treat stocks. And this is why I said it's completely impossible to lose money in the stock market if you buy shit that you fucking know. If you're educated, remember your stocks is your bank account. You want dividend stocks? Like I said, my portfolio, not sexy at all. Oh, say, let me read that shit to you. Not sexy at all. We got Apple, TICKAH. I'm just give you the tickers. TICKAH AAPL, TICKAH AM, dividend stock. TICKAH KO, dividend stock, Coca-Cola. The only shit I'm running with right now is PDD. PDD's on fucking fire. That's the come. I know if you've seen it on Instagram, that's a holding company for Temu. Temu is that shit that you see on Instagram that's doing the ads. So I bought a position of that. Rivian, it's a fucking ball cutter. But that's my stock to prove that I'm smarter than you. It may work, it may not. But I bought it at $16.85. I could throw that shit away. I could throw all my positions on Rivian away. Don't matter to me. Like I said, the only thing to me is sexy is right here. SPXL. As you can see, the green line is the S&P 500. The blue line is SPXL. And you can see here how at 9:30 the S&P 500 just went up a tick, and that bitch 3x. You can also see the S&P 500 took a little its pants, and look at that sharp drop off. Look at the drop off look at the drop, like look at the line right here, right? Look at this line right here. The S&P 500 kind of went down on a slope. This shit just dropped out of the sky. S&P 500 went on a little slope up. That shit shot up to the moon. S&P came down a little bit, and it shit its pants. S&P's coming up a little bit of the slant, and I'm ready to take off again. Right? And there we go. That's like I said, green line S&P, blue line, the bull 3x shares, ticker SPXL. That's the only thing in my portfolio that's sexy. T for AT&T and UTF, dividend stock. So I got, how many positions I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 8 positions. Only 2 out of the 8 is not a dividend. It's not a dividend. Everything else is a dividend stock. Now, if I want to quit my day job, I'll jump into futures market. Because right now, if we look at futures, S&P futures is up. Dow futures is up. NASDAQ up. Russell up. Everything is up. Crude oil up. Gold is down. Silver's down. Euros versus the bar is down. 10-year bond is doing good. The VIX is up. Pound up. The yen up. Bitcoin is up. Just crazy. Just crazy. That's, to me, that's why I said you can't lose money in the stock market if you trade the fundamentals, if you understand what's going on. Like if you guys been following me for the last 2 days, you can see what I've been going through with this SPXL. Just understanding the chart, understand what's going on. If you look at it, there's my peaks and flow. I got into the position. When I get into the position, back here someday. I don't even know when I fucking bought, but right here. But you can see it that I'm beginning to ride this bitch out. Right? You can see it. You can see that I'm riding this bitch out. So I got into the position early. I got in position real good. So that's just my opinion, man. Remember, treat stocks as a bank account. You want to own big companies. Instead of putting money in the bank, you want to put it in JP Morgan, Bank of America, blah, 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 blah. You want something that's going to pay you back a dividend. And that's going to secure your future. Then if you want to fuck around and find out, that's when the options and fucking futures come in. Anyway, man, let's run to this Call of Duty. That's just my humble opinion, man. Just my humble fucking opinion. Smokey's in the chizzy. Smokey's in the chizzy. All right, man, here we go, man. We're about to boot this bitch up. Damn, it's 1 o'clock. I might just play a little quick game, man, and go to bed. I just wanted to put that information out there, man. That's something that you guys can consume on your own. I'm so exhausted. I'm too tired for this shit. I'm too tired. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna fucking last. If the boys is on, I'll go run with the boys, but see what's going on. Jeez Louise. Yeah, I'm fucking tired. Like, I've totally consumed so much of my time into this fucking stock shit, man, that I'm just burnt out. Like, I'm just reading and reading. My eyes are burnt out. Riri's online. Call me daddy. Like, none of my boys is on. Let's see what Riri's doing. Oh, she's probably playing Warzone. That, my friends, was the fucking cue to take my ass to fucking bed. Yeah, man, I'm out of here. I'll see y'all tomorrow morning. She's on Warzone. I'm in Modern Warfare 2. Now the fucking computer's got to boot up. I'm just gonna quit. Go to desktop. Yes, quit. Quit. Oh man, I'll see y'all soon.